On the news tonight, Osrc Media Group marks 50 years of public broadcasting. Ayedatiwa commissions ambulances, patrol vans, presents official cars to permanent secretaries. INEC revises 2027 presidential and governorship election dates. And from the foreign scene, hundreds laid off amid Argentina's labor shakeup. Good evening, the news at 7. I'm Williams Olufumi. It's nice being with you for some time, close to 2 decades. Ondo State Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa has declared that the health system's effectiveness hinges on its workforce quality. Speaking at the 7th convocation ceremony of the University of Medical Sciences, UNIMED, in Ondo, where he serves as visitor, the governor reaffirmed his commitment to education, research, and innovation in the health sector. Government House correspondent Wahab Bankole completes the story.
It is the 7th convocation ceremony of the University of Medical Sciences, Ondo. 771 graduates, 598 undergraduates, and 173 postgraduates, among which 33 earned first-class honors. Ondo State Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa, visitor to the university, described the 771 graduates as product of a globally relevant institution, training medical and health professionals to transform healthcare in Nigeria and beyond. He recalled UNIMED's establishment as a visionary move that positioned Ondo State as a leader in African medical education and research. Reiterating healthcare as a priority, the governor stressed that no health system can exceed the quality of its workforce.
This convocation ceremony today marks the reward for years of discipline, sacrifice, resilience, and intellectual rigor. That is for the graduates. You have earned the right to be celebrated. Therefore, on behalf of the government and good people of Ondo State, I congratulate you wholeheartedly. You are graduating from a specialized institution of global relevance. I am pleased to note the university's expanding academic programs, improved infrastructure, and growing reputation within and outside the country. Healthcare remains a top priority of our administration. Recognize that no health system can rise above the quality of its manpower. This is why our government remains committed to supporting UNIMED in its mandate to train competent, ethical, and compassionate medical professionals.
The governor reaffirmed his administration's commitment to promptly release subventions to the university, hailing the institution as a source of pride. While calling for sustained support to fuel its growth, Governor Aiyedatiwa reiterated his broader agenda for human capital development and urged the graduates to view their certificates not just as qualifications, but as a summons to selfless service.
I also encourage you to explore opportunities for research, innovation, and entrepreneurship in healthcare. The world is changing rapidly, and the future belongs to those who can combine knowledge with creativity and integrity to solve real-world problems. Our dear Sunshine State desires a world-class university that can compete favorably well with other tertiary institutions all over the world, academically and in infrastructural facilities. To this end, the last 12 months, we have instructed the Ministry of Water Resources, since we cannot provide yet the pipeline water that will be running across the state, and the project is ongoing right now, the Owena Water Dam. We have resuscitated it, and we are putting in place right now the processing tank, and the work is ongoing that will supply water to Akure South, Akure North, Fedore, Ondo West, and Ondo East by the time to be completed. But in the meantime, we have instructed the Minister of Water Resources, Hygiene and Sanitation, and they have sunk a state-of-the-art borehole for the university and offer to construct 5-kilometer roads for easy access within the main site of the institution.
The governor renewed his pledge to drive UNIMED's sustained growth, committing to transform it into a leading center for medical education, research, and healthcare innovation. From Ondo, Wahab Bankole, Osrc News.
The Ondo State Radio Vision Corporation, OSRC Media Groups, is celebrating 50 years of transformative broadcasting in Ondo State. 5 decades of informing, educating, and entertaining the Sunshine State residents and beyond. Our correspondent, Kunle Ario, reports that the Jubilee honors a legacy of service, innovation, and public trust.
The story of Osrc began in July 1976, shortly after the creation of Ondo State from the old Western State. Established by edict that same year, the corporation became the first radio station in Ondo State, taking over broadcasting responsibilities from the defunct Western Nigeria Broadcasting Service. It was then known as Ondo State Broadcasting Corporation, OSBC.
When we left Ibadan, we were just few, either from the WMBS, WNTV, or NBC, now FRCN. We came together here. OSBC then, Ondo State Broadcasting Corporation, started, but later it was a merge when we created OSTV as Ondo State Television, the very first. The two were merged to become OSRC. There has been improvement, and this station is helping the government to grow and is helping development also to take place rapidly from time to time.
Many of its pioneer staff were drawn from the regional broadcasting structure, laying a solid professional foundation for the new state broadcasters.
I joined broadcasting through Radio Nigeria in 1977, but officially we were deployed to OSBC then in 1978 after the closure of Radio Nigeria due to the federal government policy. Then we were merged with OSBC.
I joined at Obaile here. And I joined as an engineering assistant 3. That's what we call us then, engineering assistant 3. I was put in charge of the studio, the transmitting studio at Obaile.
Broadcast operations initially commenced at Okeda in Alabaka, Akure, later relocating to Obaile. The present office of the Ondo State Oil Producing Area Development Commission, Osrc, Ondo State Revision Corporation, OSRC, marked a pivotal expansion in 1982 by launching television transmission at Orita Obele, following its growth trajectory.
In 1982, I Johnson started the television arm and put 1 kilowatt UHF transmitter together. That was where the secretariat was in there, and it started. In 1983, that transmitter was moved to Orita Obele. As the years moved on, 1985, this place was split into 2. ODRC, ODTV. Okay? 1996 it was merged again, into Ondo State Revision Corporation. It then merged and demerged. We had a monopoly of advertising.
Through
We sincerely apologize for the hitch and the broadcaster, hoping to bring it back when it sorts out. Now, Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to strengthening the Ondo State Radiovision Corporation, OSRC, as the station marks 50 years of broadcasting. The governor described the corporation as a strategic partner in governance and democratic consolidation, pledging continued support through modernization, capacity building, and technological advancement. Blessing Obe reports that the Golden Jubilee celebration brought together veterans, past leaders, staff, and well-wishers under the theme, Honoring the Past, Celebrating the Present, Embracing the Future.
The Ondo State Radiovision Corporation has remained a consistent voice in the state's media landscape, providing daily radio and television transmissions to millions of residents. 5 decades later, the corporation rolled out the drums to celebrate its Golden Jubilee, a milestone that offered an opportunity to reflect on its journey, appreciate present achievements, and chart a sustainable path for the future. Represented by its deputy, Dr. Olaide Adelami, Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa said OSRC has over the years remained a strong pillar of information dissemination and a dependable bridge between government and the people in the Sunshine State.
The
The corporation has evolved and expanded over the years. It now boasts of 2 FM radios and 1 TV station. Through changing political landscapes, technological revolutions, and evolving audience expectations, OSRC has stood firm as a beacon of credible broadcasting and responsible journalism. As a firm believer in free press and also one that wants to get accurate feedback from the populace in terms of our various developmental programs, I can say with all sense of responsibility that the state government has not been interfering in the day-to-day operations, news, bulletin, and editorial of the corporation.
Director General of OSRC, Kenneth Odushola Stevenson, described the station as a unifying platform that has sustained public trust through professionalism and responsible journalism. He noted that the Golden Jubilee provides a moment to assess past performances while setting clear projections for the years ahead.
For 5 decades, the institution has here served as a bridge between leadership and citizen. We have covered elections. We have aired dissenting views. We have amplified community concerns. We have scrutinized governance. We have celebrated progress. Broadcasting is not a luxury in democracy. It is infrastructure. Just as road moves people, broadcasting moves ideas. Just as electricity powers homes, information powers citizenship.
Guest speaker, a professor of political science, Femi Mimiko, highlighted the vital role of governance in shaping the media space, urging media organizations to continually uphold ethical standards in a rapidly evolving communication environment.
We must marry devolution of power with substitution of parliamentarianism for presidentialism. And of course, we have called it the role of the media that the Nigerian Constitution provides specifically in Section 22 for the media to act as the agents of the vehicle of accountability, to do oversight, as it were, over government. But that this huge social statutory social capital that Constitution provides for the media will not be discharged. The media does not conduct itself appropriately in terms of being credible before the audience, which is supposed to fit.
The celebration also featured the presentation of awards to veteran journalists and individuals whose contributions have impacted the growth of the corporation and the development of Ondo State. At 50, the Ondo State Radio Vision Corporation, proudly known as the nation's star station, reaffirmed its commitment to delivering timely, accurate, and quality information to the people it has served for 5 decades. Blessing Obe, OSRC News.
This is Ondo State Radio Vision Corporation, OSRC. We ask you to visit the station's website. You can also watch us live on our digital channel, Moreplex 720, on our website www.osrc.ng, or follow us on Facebook at OSRC TV and also on YouTube. You can equally subscribe to our channel OSRC TV Ondo. Thank you for joining us. We bring back the story on Ondo State Radio Vision Corporation at 50 and the transformative public broadcasting. 5 decades of informing, educating, and entertaining the Sunshine State residents and beyond. Our correspondent, Kunle Ario, brings back the report.
The story of Osrc began in July 1976, shortly after the creation of Ondo State from the old Western State. Established by edict that same year, the corporation became the first radio station in Ondo State, taking over broadcasting responsibilities from the defunct Western Nigeria Broadcasting Service. It was then known as Ondo State Broadcasting Corporation, OSBC.
When we left Ibadan, we were just few, either from the WMBS, WNTV, or NBC, now FRCN. We came together here. OSBC then, Ondo State Broadcasting Corporation, started, but later it was a merge when we created OSTV as Ondo State Television, the very first. The two were merged to become OSRC. There has been improvement, and this station is helping the government to grow and is helping development also to take place rapidly from time to time.
Many of its pioneer staff were drawn from the regional broadcasting structure, laying a solid professional foundation for the new state broadcasters.
I joined broadcasting through Radio Nigeria in 1977, but officially we were deployed to OSBC then in 1978 after the closure of Radio Nigeria due to the federal government policy. Then we were merged with OSBC.
I joined at Obaile here, and I joined as an engineering assistant 3. That's what we called us then, engineering assistant 3. I was put in charge of the studio, the transmitting studio at Obaile.
Broadcast operations initially commenced at Okeda in Alabaka, Akure, later relocating to Obaile. The present office of the Ondo State Oil Producing Area Development Commission was superseded. Ondo State Revision Corporation, OSRC, marked a pivotal expansion in 1982 by launching television transmission at Orita Obele, following its growth trajectory.
In 1982, I Johnson started the television arm and put 1 kilowatt UHF transmitter at Okeda. That was where the secretariat was in there, and it started. In 1983, that transmitter was moved to Orita Obele. As the years moved on, 1985, this place was split into 2. ODRC, ODTV. Okay? 1996 it was merged again, into Ondo State Radio Vision Corporation. It then merged and demerged. We had the monopoly of advertising.
Early administrations built cooperations, later ones solidified radio, boosted news professionalism, and spearheaded TV expansion. Recent OSRC administrations have prioritized modernization, digital shift, and wider reach. The current Director General, CEO Kenneth Udoshola Stevenson, has ushered in transformation, launching 24 hours broadcasting in 2025 for round-the-clock news, education, and entertainment. OSRC TV now beams on multiplex digital satellites, channel 720, spanning Africa.
OSRC, all the brands are a reality of today, and we want to compete, and we are competing very, very well. But what they need to do is that, especially to advertisers, we've just rebranded many things. For instance, when we came in, we didn't have a marketing department that we call it a marketing department, all right? And today, you can walk into that office, you will see it competing with any marketing department anywhere in this country, and the people are happy. For government, you must be ready to fund broadcasting stations. If you don't want to do it, just get out of the way, because it's an expensive venture. The future is bright for OSRC.
Grassroots reporter of the year, and the winner is Omorinola Ubeji of OSRC.
The corporation's journalists and producers have continued to earn recognition both at home and internationally, especially at the Nigerian Union of Journalists NUJ Ondo State Council Awards, cementing the group's excellence. As the Golden Jubilee festivities kick off, OSRC management and stakeholders described the milestone not just a past triumphs, but a fresh pledge to professionalism, innovation, and public service. 5 decades on, Ondo State Radio Vision Corporation stands as the Sunshine State's key voice for governance, cultural preservation, and civic discourse. Only Aruyo, OSRC News.
As the Ondo State Radio Vision Corporation marks 50 years of broadcasting, listeners and viewers across the state are reflecting on the station's impact on their lives and communities. For 5 decades, OSRC has been more than just a radio and television station. To many residents, it is a daily companion, a trusted voice that wakes them up in the morning, keeps them informed during the day, and entertains them at night. In this report, Joy Pius captures the thoughts and experiences of members of the public as the corporation celebrates its Golden Jubilee.
From market women in Akure to farmers in the riverine communities, civil servants, artisans, and students, many describe OSRC as a household name that has grown with them over the years. Some elderly listeners recall tuning in to the station in its early days when radio was the primary source of information. They say the station helped them understand government policies, election processes, and major developments within and outside Ondo State.
The Ondo State then was known as Radio 711, OSBC of Nigeria, and now we can thank God for everything that has done to the state for development. Many have gone, maybe on governors, on the general managers of the establishment. Now we thank God that the house is going on well, and the staff are very good, and they are doing activities and they are supposed to.
Younger viewers, on their part, say OSRC television programs have kept them connected to their cultural roots through coverage of festivals, traditional events, and local language programming. They also acknowledged the station's role in promoting local talents in music, drama, and public speaking.
It's a good thing to see OSRC mark 50 years. OSRC is a platform that has groomed a lot of stars. Some of these stars I'm one. And out of the 50 years, I think I spent almost a decade with the OSRC Media Group. And I can attest to the fact that it's a platform that is noted for professionalism, hard work, and a place where the minimum benchmark for broadcasting will at least be maintained at all times.
A radio and a television corporation that have been giving news, disseminating information, and then always doing educative programs then while we were growing up. And upon that, they have continued to do the same up till today. The truth about it is that they have gone so digital at the moment, and that's an example of upgrading. And then, you know, let me put it like, it's a serious business of professionalism now more than ever. So I congratulate Ondo State Radio Corporation and the Ondo State Media Group for having been there, at least sustaining the tempo and giving information as usual.
Over the years, we have seen it also transition from the analog system into now on digital. It's good to see that the station is transformed.
Media outreach. While celebrating the achievements recorded over the past 50 years, listeners and viewers also expressed hope for greater innovation. They called for stronger digital presence, improved signal quality in remote areas, modern equipment, and continuous capacity building for staff to meet the demands of contemporary broadcasting.
Internationally.
As OSRC clocks 50, the consensus among respondents is that the station has remained a steady voice through political transitions, social change, and technological evolution. Half a century on, listeners and viewers say they look forward to an even stronger stronger, more vibrant OSRC, one that will continue to inform, educate, and entertain future generations. Joy Pius, OSRC.
This is the much we can take tonight. And before we go, we told you that the Radio Vision Corporation, OSRC, has marked its 50th anniversary with a Golden Jubilee celebration. As stakeholders reflected on its legacy and contributions to development. Thank you for joining us. I'm Williams Olufumi.